Hey. What? Hey. Hey. Wala.
Taas na low ka. Nasa 116 na.
Kaya may his pa konti siya.
Yun yan, ano ko nga.
Sa mid.
Gagaling. Hindi, ano na yun, pag nag-ihis na siya, yung ano na yun, sa mga signal na yan.
Mapasok kaya radyo dyan.
Radyo? Hindi. Mataas yung frequency ko.
Start na ba?
Wala ko napalo siya.
Hey.
Magbabawas ako ng ano, boss? Mute group 1. Mute group 1. Mute group 1. Okay na. Sige po, meron na po yan. Mute group 1.4.
Mic
Alam mo, okay
check.
na po yan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 112th Commencement Exercises of Centro Escolar University, School of Medicine, and the Graduate School. The academic procession. The University Marshal of the graduating classes, Dr. Florinda U. Canuto. Entering towards center left, School of Medicine led by Dr. Gerald Anthony Espiritu. Entering towards center right, School of Medicine and the Graduate School of Manila, led by Dr. Christopher Ryan Pagaduan. Entering toward left side. Graduate School, Manila, led by Dr. Maricar W. Ching. Entering toward right side. Graduate School, Manila, Graduate School, Makati, and Graduate School, Malolos, led by Ms. Rosel E. Lopez. the honor graduates and medalists. Dr. Noel Tolentino. Medalist for Special Award, Ian Gabriel T. Corpuz. Graduates with honors, Wendell Glenn P. Cagape, Carl Wesley E. Deliozo, the Faculty Marshal, Dr. Lorena C. Balacanao. Faculty members, School of Medicine, Graduate School, Assistant Dean, Graduate School, Dr. Maricar W. Ching. Associate Deans, School of Medicine, Dr. Alex J. Bienvenido Alip Jr., Dr. Josephine M. Carnate. Associate Dean, School of Law and Jurisprudence, Attorney Julian Rodrigo de la Cruz. The Deans, Dr. Rosemary I. So, School of Accountancy and Management. Dr. Pearlie P. Lim, School of Dentistry. Dr. Maria Rita D. Lucas, School of Education, Liberal Arts, Music, and Social Work. Dr. Charito M. Bermido, School of Medical Technology. Dr. Elvira L. Orgel, School of Nursing. Dr. Cecilia C. Ungkad, School of Nutrition and Hospitality Management. Dr. Cecilia D. Santiago, School of Pharmacy. Dr. Julieta Z. Dunca, School of Science and Technology. University Chaplain, Reverend Father Rindo Caripay Anthony C.M. Special guests, Dr. Emilio C. Yap III, Vice Chair of the Board and President, Manila Bulletin. Dr. Jaime C. Laya, Chairman, PhilTrust Bank. Attorney Joey Lina, President and Director, The Manila Hotel. Members of the Administrative Council, Dr. Bella Marie L. Fabian, Assistant Vice President for Administration. Mr. Jericho P. Orlina, Assistant Vice President for Business Affairs. Mr. Cesar F. Tan, the University Treasurer. Dr. Rhoda C. Aguilar, the University Registrar. Dr. Olivia M. Limuaco, Vice President for CEU Makati. Dr. Maria Flordeliza L. Anastasio, Vice President for CEU Malolos. Dr. Carlito B. Olaer, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ms. Maria Rolina S. Cervetillo, Vice President for Accounting and Administration. Dr. Erna V. Yabut, Vice President for Research and Evaluation and Corporate Information Officer. Dr. Teresa R. Perez, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. The University Mace Bearer, Dr. John Vincent Estrada. The Commissioner of the Commission on Higher Education, Dr. Jomar Libre. The University President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina. The Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. Basilio C. Yap. The Commencement Speaker, Mr. Christopher John Alandi D. Tiu. Please remain standing for the invocation to be led by Reverend Father Rindo Caripay Anthony, CM, University Chaplain.
Good afternoon, dear brothers and sisters, and congratulations to your graduates. You have achieved a great height in your life. You should be proud of what you have accomplished and thank God for all that He has been to you. And you are finishing the journey that you took up a couple of years ago in the world of Centro Escolar University. And I'm sure this has made you better human beings, matured people, equipped with the values of Ciencia y Virtud. In the faith tradition that speaks best to you, I invite you now to join me in prayer, invoking God's presence in our midst and thanking God. Kindly bow your heads in prayer. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, accept and bless our offering here today. We ask now for your divine hand to be upon our graduates as they and their families and parents, mentors, celebrate this grand milestone. Thank you, Lord, for the gifts of these young graduates. Bless them with your guiding grace as they face future with new challenges and opportunities in their lives. Touch their hearts with gentleness of your love, that they may know that they are valued and valuable beings. Send the spirit of hope to their lives, that they may believe in themselves and know they are needed in this world, they are needed in their families. Bless them with the gift of joy, that they may celebrate life through laughter and tears alike. Help them to take failures not as a measure of their worth, but as a chance for a new start. Instill in them a desire to work for peace, justice, and common good of all, that they may ensure in their dealings love and mercy, where the human dignity is revered and integrity is preserved. Show them the right path, the path of truth, as they sail through the unsteady and confusing world. Help them with the strength to hold their faith in you and keep alive their joys in creation. Guide their parents and mentors, family and friends as they continue to grow in appreciation of the many gifts of these graduates and continue to walk with them. Bless them, Lord, and bless us all, and bless Centro Escolar University. Amen.
Entry of the callers. Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem to be led by the CU Singers, Manila.
Ang
Grounding of the colors. Please be seated. Introduction of the commencement speaker. May we call on the Associate Dean of the School of Law and Jurisprudence, Attorney Julian Rodrigo A. de la Cruz.
Dr. Joe Mark Libre, President Maria Cristina Padulina, Chairman Basilio Yap, Dr. Emilio Yap III, Senator Joey Lina, esteemed members of the Administrative Council, deans, and our dear graduates of the CEU School of Medicine and the School of Graduate Studies. Distinguished guests, good evening. It is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker for this evening, Mr. Christopher John Chris Alandedi Tew. I've had the privilege of knowing Chris for the better part of the last 30 years, since our elementary days in Xavier School in San Juan. Even at a young age, Chris has exhibited excellence in all his endeavors. He was the star player of our varsity basketball team, while also being an honor student, having garnered almost all the awards that Xavier School bestows. The Xavier Award, the Magis Award, the Horacio de la Costa Leadership Award, the Best Athlete Award, among many others. Chris continued to display this brand of excellence in the Ateneo de Manila University, where he graduated from the prestigious Bachelor of Science in Management Engineering program with a minor in Chinese Studies. While maintaining good academic standing, he was also a member and team captain of the Ateneo Blue Eagles basketball team, which won the UAAP championship in 2008. He went on to play professional basketball in the PBA and reap gold medals for the Philippines as a member of the Gilas Pilipinas men's basketball team. Owing to his dashing, boy-next-door good looks, which has endeared him to his many fans and admirers, my mom and sister included, Chris has also been a TV personality since 2007, hosting several television shows for GMA7 and TV5. Apart from his public persona, however, Chris has also distinguished himself as a civil servant, a youth advocate, a businessman, and an entrepreneur. As a youth leader, he has served as Sangguniang Kabataan Chairman of Barangay Urdaneta, Makati. He was an ambassador for the Parish Pastoral Council for responsible voting, advocating for voter education, as well as a youth ambassador for the Department of Science and Technology, advocating for science, technology, and innovation for Filipino youth. For all his exploits, he was named one of the 10 outstanding young men in 2013 for youth leadership and development. As a businessman and entrepreneur, Chris holds leadership positions and sits on the board of several successful ventures, including the Discovery Group of Hotels and Restaurants, the Sterling Bank of Asia, and retail and food establishments such as Pepper Lunch, Eric Kaser, and Happy Lemon. For all his many achievements, Chris is probably proudest to be an amazing father to 2 beautiful kids and a loving husband to his wife, Clarice. While steeped in accolades and walking among kings, Chris has never lost the common touch, and he is probably one of the most humble, grounded, and equanimous individuals I know. An outstanding student and athlete, a successful businessman and entrepreneur, a model family man, a model Christian, and a model citizen, and overall just a great guy and a great friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Christopher John Alandi DTU.
Thank you. Hello. Yeah, please be seated. Please be seated. Salamat po. Chairman, Mr. Basilio Siap, President, Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Maria Cristina Padulina, the members of the Administrative Council, to the special guests, my friend, Dr. Emilio Siap III, Attorney Joey Lina, sir, CHED Commissioner Joe Mark Libre, to all the deans, the faculty, our dear graduates, the parents who are here, families and friends, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. First of all, I really want to thank you all for having me here as your guest speaker. You know, it's really an honor to be speaking in front of all of you individuals tonight for this institution that has dated back to for many years, you know, more than a century, I understand. It's really humbling also to be speaking in front of such distinguished individuals. You know, thank you to my good friend JR for inviting me. Nung tinawagan ako ni JR para imbitahin ako magsalita tonight, totoo lang, tinanong ko siya, are you sure ako yung gusto ninyo? Sabi ko, medyo may edad na ako, hindi na ako kilala ng mga bagets. Sabi ko, baka laos na ako eh. Dapat mga mas bata ang mas sikat ang kukunin ninyo. And then sabi pa niya, alam mo, yan, graduates to ng med school, law school pa na una, and graduate studies. Nako, mas lalo akong kinabahan at nagdalawang isip. Tatalino ito. Nako, hindi pwedeng, hindi pwedeng bula-bulahin. Kailangan pagandaan. So I really prepared for this, and I hope that you will find my sharing meaningful and relevant. I'll try to keep it short, no? I know, you're all excited for your celebratory dinner. Masarap ang pagkain dito sa Manila Hotel. So, yeah, thank you once again. In all honesty, I don't like giving unsolicited advice, but since I was invited to be your speaker tonight, I suppose that's my job today. So please allow me to share some of my stories and reflection. Again, thank you, JR, for the kind introduction. Of all the credentials and accomplishments that were mentioned, as a matter of fact, the most critical moments in my life, and the most important ones, I would say, were the moments or the things that were not mentioned in the introduction. The businesses that closed, getting cut from the team, being bullied, the times when I was rejected, or even when I was the one who hurt other people. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is failure. And this is the one thing that many are scared of. However, we will all lose at some point. Failure is unavoidable, except if you don't try. There's an old saying that goes, what's worse than failing is not trying. Nung bata pa lang ako, I had a lot of rejections and failures. So I had very low self-esteem. Nung high school pa lang ako, when I was first year high school, about 13 years old, I was busted by this girl I had a big crush on. Opo, busted po ako. Not once, 3 times. But one quality I had was persistence. So finally, after 3 years, she said yes. And this is perhaps one of the wisest and best investments I had made. Because 12 years later, we got married, and we now have 2 lovely daughters, Amanda and Mary. So, guys, sometimes persistence pays off. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to get rejected. My wife is actually here, and she's gonna kill me later after this. But yeah, I had to share that. As a sportsman, the chance to fail is everywhere. As spectators of the sport, we often hear about the championships, the MVP awards, all the glamour. But you don't hear too much about the disappointments. We experience injuries, being benched, being traded, losing games, and even tournaments when the stakes are at its highest. The most painful ones for me, I was just talking about my wife losing against Korea and China in the international competitions that we prepared so hard for many years and sacrificed so much for. But, and sometimes yung games na yun, those were in the bag, and then at the last moment, things beyond their control happen, you lose, masakit talaga. And I'd like to share a story of this amazing young girl from Zamboanga, who is really an inspiration to all of us and a symbol of hope. We all know her. She is the one and only Olympic gold medalist of the Philippines up to today. Si Heidelin Diaz, di ba? Kilala niyo siya. Her story, wonderful and very inspiring. From Zamboanga, I said, when she was young, nagbubuhat siya ng tubig, mabigat, kasi walang tubig doon, pa-uwi doon sa pinagkukunan ng tubig. And then, na-realize niya na may kakaibang lakas siya. So, she met this trainer, eventually started training and competing. They realized she had something special. And eventually, in 2008, she was the youngest competitor in the Olympics. For weightlifting. But, she finished last place in 2008. 2012, sunod na Olympics, that was in London. I remember watching her then and seeing her not finish her event. She wasn't able to lift yung huli, and yung kanyang status did not finish. Talagang, you could see her emotion, breakdown siya sa camera, talagang iyak siya. Kasi pinaghandaan niya yun. 2016, hindi siya nag-give up, nagpursige siya, and she made history then by winning silver, in the Olympics. That was the first time we won a medal again since not after the 90s pa. And then, of course, we all know history was made in the Tokyo Olympics when she bagged the first ever gold medal for the Philippines. Amazing story, and a story that how she was able to rise above the pain, the adversity, and everything that happened even before the Olympics. Kung alam lang natin yung mga pinaghirapan niya at pinagdaanan niya. Kakaiba yung kanyang persistence and determination. And actually, she just celebrated her wedding yesterday, which was actually the first year anniversary also of the Philippines winning a gold medal. And actually, side story lang, kaya muntik na po ako hindi nakaabot dito. Kasi I attended the wedding last night until this morning. Alam na natin may malakas yung lindol kanina. Nagkaroon ng mini lockdown. So akala ko hindi na ako makakabalik on time for this. But God willing, I'm here. and in front of you guys. I mean, we wanted to be there to support her and to show our love for her because she really is, our hero and our inspiration. So, what's amazing about this group is that you guys already have the tools to succeed. Clearly, you have a goal, and that's why you took up med or graduate school. You have the training, the virtue of determination, 4 years of deferring to earn a living, to study some more, or maybe doing both at the same time, or even giving up having a relationship to study, that is commitment. So don't forget, you guys are blessed. Use your gifts well and take risks. If there's one thing I will not risk, I think it's, you guys are med students, diba? Ito ang pagpili ng doktor. Kailangan sigurado tayo. I was speaking to the Dean of Dentistry kanina earlier, and naalala akong kwento na nakita ko sa isa sa mga groups ko sa Viber. It's a story of a boy who was about to get his tooth. Magkaka-dental procedure siya. So may picture doon ng boy who was ready with his mouth open and about to have the surgery done by his dentist, and you have a picture of a dentist or a doctor with all the tools and the light and about to do the procedure, and then biglang nagsalita yung doktor. Yung bata na sabi niya, "Doc, hindi po ako si Robert." Sabi ng doktor, "Alam ko, ako si Robert." So, doctor, sometimes it's not okay to fail. People's lives are at stake, and we depend on you. So the second thing I wanted to talk about failure is that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a step towards success. But when we fall or make mistakes, be sure to make it count and learn from it. Never pointing fingers, diba? It's easier said than done, but that will require a lot of humility. When I was in college, yung nagbabasketball ako for Ateneo, actually, mahilig akong mag-argue at magrason pag nasasabihan ako ng coach ko. Si Coach Norman Black, he's a world-class coach. Siya yung coach ko noon. Kaya tuwing nasasabihan ako, magrarason ako, tapos sasabihin sa akin, alam mo, ng mga assistant coach, dapat mag-abogado ka na lang. O sa barangay ka magreklamo, and it gets us nowhere, diba? So one advice that I always cherish from Coach Norman, he told me, Chris, why don't you just say, sorry, my fault, and move on, diba? Regardless if you're right or wrong, maybe you have a point, but those 2 words, 3 words, will make a ton of difference, diba? And it really helped. After that, I try to apply that, and to those who are married, I think that also is a very sound advice to married couples, diba? Sorry, my fault, move on. And sometimes it is better to be happy than to be right. So that's humility. And again, I mentioned about Coach Norman Black, and my other mentors who really made an impact in my life. So I'd like to take this opportunity to show our appreciation to our mentors. Thank you to the professors for not only being teachers, but more so life coaches. Your wisdom, your words of wisdom, but more so your good examples will serve as a guide for our young ones who will be our future leaders. So guys, let's give our professors, our deans, let's give them all a hand. Sige, may time pa. Marami pa to. Okay, so of course, we're talking about failure now. I want to, naturally, we have to talk about success, no? Traditionally, success is measured by achievement, power, fame, money. But nowadays, one's value tends to be measured by social relevance, likes, followers on social media, and so on. Now, if you Google the meaning of success, what you'll find in the internet is that it is an accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. To me, success is accomplishing that goal, which will bring us true and lasting joy. Yes, winning a UAP championship or bringing home a medal for the country gives me joy. Opening a successful restaurant or business and seeing a lot of zeros in the bottom line of your P&L statement. Sure, these things make you happy. But do you know what will give us true joy and fulfillment? It is when we do beautiful human deeds that bring joy and smiles to others. It's when we are able to feed the hungry, give hope to those in despair, give jobs to the poor, comfort someone who's in mourning, or even put someone through school. Now, true joy is seeing my daughter share her toys and her baon to the poor kids in the street. Certainly, we bring joy to others when we give. But doesn't it feel great knowing that you made someone happy? So the saying goes, it is in giving that we receive. So actually, we gain when we give. Doctors are real-life superheroes. Perhaps one of the most memorable moments of my life was seeing my daughter come to life. I was there in the delivery room, and I remember every detail of that moment, when it happened. So from aiding us in our challenge to conceive up to a long and difficult delivery, my wife's OB, si Dr. Ana is her name, she helped us through that, and she made the miracle of life a reality. She was just superb, and she'll always be a part of our family. Dr. J also made my dream come true by allowing me to regain my 20/20 vision through the LASIK procedure that I had a few years ago, just before the pandemic. And I was always dreaming na one day, sana magising ako, and then I don't have to put on my contact lenses na, and 20/20 vision ko. And it happened, through the procedure that I did. It's talagang life-changing. So, why am I saying this? Because most of you are going to be future doctors, and you will be heroes to many, if not yet. And how lucky you are, because your chosen field allows you to save and change lives every single day through your work. Just never lose sight of why you are doing what you do. Okay, so another unsolicited advice I'd like to give is to value your integrity and build relationships. There will be occasions of temptations to take quick personal gains at the expense of others. Just remember, reputation and integrity take a lifetime to build, but just one moment to be destroyed. If in doubt, always choose what's right and good, and you can never go wrong. We always hear the words, dream big, di ba? Pag graduation speech, dream big. When I was around 7 years old, I watched the Philippine team play on TV, or sa Asian Games. I don't know if you guys are basketball fans here, if any. And I was so inspired at the time. I really dreamed that one day I would also wear that, the Philippine jersey with my last name on it. And everybody, or most people, told me that I was too small, I was too slow and unathletic, and you can never make it to the UAP. Tapos nasa UAP na ako, you can never make it to the pros, or even the national team. But I did. One thing I did have was an obsession for things when I got into it, and my wife knows that. And basketball was one of those obsessions when I was young. So aside from my persistence, which I talked about, I think one of the other qualities that I had was being a perfectionist. I wasn't the smartest or the most skilled individual, but I made up for it with hard work. And I guess that's also how I got through school and graduate with honors. I was one of the most hardworking. Dinaan ko sa sipag. So one thing led to another, and guess what? I did end up wearing that Philippine flag with my last name on the jersey. My dream did come true. One day, you guys will be great doctors, entrepreneurs, other professionals. And I have this favorite quote from the Indian movie, Three Idiots. I don't know kung napanood yun na yun. It's a great, funny movie with a lot of life lessons. And it goes, don't run after success. Chase excellence, and success will find you. So to the heroic parents of our graduates, thank you for all your sacrifices and hard work for providing the opportunities, the support, and the encouragement, for teaching these kids excellence, integrity, and other virtues, and for telling them the things they needed to hear, even if it is difficult and painful. So congratulations to our parents as well. Palakpakan natin mga parents natin. Okay. Tapos na. Okay, closing. The past 3 years has been unprecedented. No? As I was writing this speech, I got a text message from one of my friends. Shocking, very shocking. His son, a friend's son, who was only 23 years old, living in Australia, left this world, unexpectedly all of a sudden. He was a fine athlete who had his whole life ahead of him. And I was really shocked and at a loss for words. I know too many, who just passed away suddenly from COVID or other disease. I'm sure you guys also know of a few, Life is too short and uncertain. A grieving father's advice to me, a few years ago, another friend of mine lost his son also. His son was only in high school. His advice to me, which I'll never forget, every day, go home, hug your loved ones. Don't wait. Find it in your heart to forgive. Let go of any resentment or bitterness, because life is too short, and live it to the fullest. Okay. Last na talaga. I'd like to share a few things about some moments in my life, that were coincidences, or what my aunt would call divincidence, divine coincidence, and these things that made a massive impact in my life. And when I was in grade 5, I was a bench player in our team until there was one game where I had my breakout game, which happened when it mattered the most, and only because our first 5 on the court practically fouled out of the game, and the coach had no other choice but to use me. And alam to ni JR, teammate ko si JR dito. And we made history at the time and won a championship in Las Vegas for the Team Philippines for the first time. And that you really changed, gave me the confidence and gave me so many opportunities. And it happened all by chance, right? In college naman, I took a year off from basketball because that time I was so frustrated and disappointed. Gusto ko na mag-quit. And so I did take a year off. I did an exchange program in France. So I sat out. I didn't play in that UAAP season. And who would have thought that because of that decision, I had an extra playing year. And that year, that's when we won the very special, my one and only UAAP championship as a super senior against our arch rivals, LaSalle. Again, that opened a lot of doors for me in media endorsements and in the national team. Or would I have found my true love and life partner if not for a slice of pizza that she offered me when we were in Enchanted Kingdom at that time, because my eyes were set on somebody else, yung kaibigan niya. Tapos after yun, siya na talaga. So, why am I saying this, guys? Because I'd like to encourage you guys also, to take time to reflect on your own lives. Find the tiny miracles that brought you to where you are today. It's just so amazing how God works mysteriously through both the good, so-called good, and as well as the challenging times. My mentor, Father Tito Kaluwag, told me that, Chris, there are no accidents in God's plan. We can only do so much, so have complete faith and always trust in Him. So, once again, congratulations to all you graduates, to our parents, our faculty. As you now depart from the walls of CEU with your diploma, remember, you are and will always be ambassadors of your alma mater. Like our national icon and hero, Heidelin Diaz, go out there and perform with utmost excellence, courage, and integrity, never allowing the fear of failure to hold you back. Treat everyone with kindness and love, even those whom you are not very fond of. Learn to forgive. And finally, trust in Him and offer everything for His greater glory. And together, let's make this world a more pleasant and beautiful place to live in. So thank you, everybody. Congratulations once again, and good evening.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Tew. The petition for the conferment of degrees will be delivered by Wendell Glenn P. Cagape, Doctor of Philosophy in Southeast Asian Studies, highest academic distinction.
To the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Centro Escolar University, Honorable Basilio Siga. To the University President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Maria Cristina Padulina. To the members of the Administrative Council, our distinguished commencement speaker, Mr. Christopher John Alande D. Chu. To my great friend, the Honorable Commissioner of the CHED, Commissioner Joe Mark Libre. To my very supportive college president, President Mary Jocelyn Batong of J.H. Aurelia State College, President Joy Capistrano of Agosa del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology, to the Dean of School of Optometry, Dr. Elena Borromeo, Dean School of Dentistry, Dr. Perry Lim, Dean School of Nutrition and Hospitality Management, Dr. Cecilia Ungcad, Dean School of Education, Liberal Arts, Music and Social Work, Dr. Margarita Lucas, Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Erna Yabut, and Dean of the School of Science and Technology, Dr. Julieta Dunca. Faculty members, family, relatives and friends, and the fellow graduates of 2022, good evening. We have witnessed that throughout these pandemic years, our audacity to hope buoyed us through, and finally, we are here in 2022, graduating face to face. We have conquered all the odds and graduate today. This historic hotel where we stand together becomes our bastion of hope, our realized hope. And stepping into this amazing facade makes us live through our fulfilled dreams that finally, today, we all made it. Education, as we know prior to the pandemic, was more or less predictable and to some, manageable. These pandemic years made our different experiences filled with so much challenges. Those kind that test our mental, emotional, and physical strength. We persevered, though sometimes we always feel we're stuck for 2 years. We continue to hope and to commit ourselves to our education at CEU, and today is our resounding victory. And with this, my fellow graduates, let me share with you the thoughts of the great Mahatma Gandhi, in which he said that strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. And our will during the time before the pandemic is our will today. However, let me remind you also that all of us, while we enjoy our privileges to being educated in this country, there are people in Southeast Asia, like the Rohingya, who until now were deprived of education. Such deprivation was generational as it is structural, wherever they may be in the world, whether they are in a refugee camp in Bangladesh, in shelters in Malaysia, Indonesia, and India. It is because they were deprived of such because they remain stateless until today. It is my dream that one day we can stand by them and with them, that from our many privileges as Filipinos, for the Rohingya, it is the exercise of their basic human rights. The challenges posed by our education, coupled with all the restrictions of our COVID-19 national policies, has made us adjust to the times. This disruption of education has immensely impacted our lives, collectively in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia, because it altered everything we used to know how. All of us have stories of our families and friends who succumbed to COVID-19. And let us remember them in our prayers because we here survived the pandemic. We are the living proof that human spirit for survival is stronger together. And we are resilient because our voices are now heard. And in the middle of this all, we enlisted ourselves to reconnect to our education, to recommit ourselves to our social contract to transform, and to reignite our passion for learning that we have stepped closer to our dreams of fulfilling our separate yet interconnected aspiration for personal and professional growth, the kind that will bring honor and joy to our families and our friends. And everything you see here today are results of our small random acts of kindness to ourselves. We witness today what the famous painter Van Gogh once said, that great things are done by a series of small things brought together. Your greatness today, my fellow graduates, are by the end results of the series of fortunate events that has happened to you 2 years ago. Your family here are the most proud member of the audience because you are here face to face doing our graduation. Today we also witness the historic milestone of small random acts of kindness, determination, motivated courage, sacrifices, and our human will to outshine the darkness brought about by COVID, mass atrocity, genocide, and discrimination. Remember this, my fellow graduates. There are more challenges ahead, but we are agents of social transformation. That we are here to make the needed change in the world, and our place in the world. Because as what Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon you can choose and make use to change the world. Our education with CEU emboldens us to lead in the transformation of ourselves for greater social service, that out of our different professions, there rise a new breed of Filipinos who remain true to the visions of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, that we, in spite of all our shortcomings, remains to be the hope of our motherland. My fellow graduates of 2022, may this day onward brings you closer to your dreams of becoming. In behalf of the graduating class of 2022, I have the honor to request Dr. Maria Cristina Padurina, our University President and Chief Academic Officer, to confer upon us our respective degrees and titles. Congratulations and mabuhay, Class 2022.
The conferment of degrees will be done by Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina, CEU President and Chief Academic Officer. Graduates, please rise.
in accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and the regulations of the Commission on Higher Education, and by virtue of the authority vested upon me by the University Board of Directors as President of Centro Escolar University, I hereby confer upon each one of you your respective degrees and titles and all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Tassels. Left. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The presentation of graduates for the School of Medicine will be done by Dr. Josephine M. Carnate, Associate Dean of the School of Medicine. Meanwhile, the presentation of graduates for the Graduate School will be done by its Dean, Dr. Erna V. Yabut. The distribution of the diploma will be led by Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina, to be assisted by Dr. Carlito B. Olaer, Mrs. Maria Rolina S. Servitillo, and the respective deans. The names of the graduates from the School of Medicine will be read by Dr. Alex J. Bienvenido Alip Jr., Associate Dean, School of Medicine, and the names of the graduates from the Graduate School will be read by Dr. Lorena Balacanao, Assistant to the Dean, Graduate School.
Mr. Chairman, Madam President, I have the honor to present to you the graduates from the School of Medicine.
Graduates of the School of Medicine as of second semester, school year 2021-2022. Dr. Fitra K. Abdulmandangan. Dr. Michael Angelo Elijah P. Abelyar. Dr. Geomen Probert L. Alayon. Dr. Rupert Luz Felix Z. Alfelor. Dr. Yasmin S. Ali. Dr. Nika Lois B. Apolinar. Dr. Imelda Lorenzet M. Aranya. Dr. Mary Claudette I. Arceliana. Dr. Gilbert Antonio E. Bacunawa. Dr. Pauline Bianca P. Banatin. Dr. Cylene May G. Banson. Dr. Emmanuel James A. Banson III. Dr. Lara Luisa B. Bautista. Dr. Kimiko E. Beltran. Dr. Sharina May G. Bilguera. Dr. Brian Jovel P. Blanco. Dr. Ren Gian Lawrence D. Brucal. Dr. Alisa M. Cruz. Dr. Eliza Mariel C. Cruz. Dr. Jerome B. de Guzman. Dr. Rachel Ann B. de Vera. Dr. John Dominic C. de Lima. Dr. Carl Wesley E. Dilioson, cum laude. Dr. Ian Bridget T. Esguera. Dr. Mary Trishalyn R. Evora. Dr. Mary Joyce G. Gabak. Dr. Jenaline R. Gapasin. Dr. Ray Anthony Z. Goyena. Dr. Livette N. Gumabon. Dr. Gracel C. Joy G. Hotea. Dr. Reynald Lorenzo D. Ilagan. Dr. Jeriel P. Jordan. Dr. Farah H. Jupuri. Dr. Gian Vittorio C. Lanta. Dr. Christine Daryl F. Leal. Dr. Joy G. D. Legaspi. Dr. Rudolph R. Llanes. Dr. Era Marie D. Lopez. Dr. Ernest Augustine D. Lucila. Dr. Mark Vernon W. Maestrado. Dr. Maverick D. Malabanan. Dr. Christine Joyce C. Maluyo. Dr. Jellica S. Matahum. Dr. Aliana Jean D. Mendoza. Dr. Maria Isabella R. Mendoza. Dr. Mon Jessie A. Montances. Dr. Erica Luis Michelle C. Navas. Dr. Kenneth C. Nieveras. Dr. Christine B. Oraya. Dr. Mary Camille Celine F. Osia. Dr. Angelina P. Pagaduan. Dr. John Wilson I. Paragas. Dr. Shena Marie A. Pasion. Dr. Siti Asia P. Pautin. Dr. Emma Luisa M. Pesebre. Dr. Janari N. Piñera. Dr. Jemima R. Pocot. Dr. Chris Dayan P. Puruganan. Dr. Nicole Allison P. Salvador. Dr. Catherine Ira T. Santiago. Dr. Brian Joseph A. Santos. Dr. Stephanie Roville G. Sason. Dr. Linda Camille E. Sese. Dr. Maria Ann Miel M. Sigi. Dr. Krisa Ira Marie D. Silang. Dr. Jedediah T. Tyson. Dr. Christian Maverick R. Tiope. Dr. Hannah Beatrice M. Tew. Dr. Chrislene A. Tumamaw. Dr. Charis Ann S. Valencia. Dr. John David B. Villanueva. Dr. Abigail N. Villaray. The graduates as of second semester, school year 2020-2021. Dr. Theorel Joshua J. Abion. Dr. Earl Angelo A. Avanzado, Dr. Brymon Joseph H. Avellino, Dr. Jersey Resine S. Bocobo, Dr. Denise C. Carriazo, Dr. Tricia Denise D. Cedeño, Dr. Jameline Joyce L. Domalanta, Dr. Micah M. Estuye, Dr. Ricardo Martin S. Lu, Dr. Bernadette May D. Malilin, Dr. Alvin John G. Mangaba, Dr. Krishna Christine H. Pasakol, Dr. Kimberly G. Ramos, Dr. Ian Christopher N. Rocha, Dr. Nadine Angela O. Rondilia, Dr. Shannon Jean R. Roque, Dr. Alisa A. Sulaiman, Dr. Leris G. Tanyag, Dr. Rachel Ann J. Tinio, Dr. Rendell Rowe T. Totaan, Dr. Noreen Mariel C. Uy, Dr. Sydney Angela B. Valdez, Dr. Hannah May Cornelia B. Vargas, the graduates as of second semester, school year 2019-2020. Dr. Judy Ann I. Eclarino, Dr. Ivorine Colleen C. Havalera, and Dr. Michael E. Labutong.
Mr. Chairman and Madam President, I have the honor to present the graduates from the Graduate School of CEU Manila, CEU Makati, and CEU Malolos.
The hooding for the graduate school will be done by its Dean, Dr. Erna V. Yabu.
Here are the graduates from the Graduate School, Manila. Graduate, school year 2021-2022. Graduate Diploma in Data Analytics, Eduardo A. Bolanga Jr. Jennifer M. Lacaza. Master of Arts in Education Management, Sandra T. Ko. Master of Arts, Music Education with Recital, Ian Gabriel T. Corpus. Next, Charis Eraika R. Delso. Crystal L. Lacuesta. Benji A. Mahasol. Ira Hope G. Tribo. Master of Science in Dentistry, Field of Specialization Orthodontics, Abdirashid D. Muse. Lilibet C. Master of Science in Dentistry, Field of Specialization Periodontics, Rico Martin I. Hirochi. Master of Science in Guidance and Counseling, Mara May F. Katapangan. Master of Science in Medical Technology, Apolinario E. Laksamana. Anlin B. Sanchez. Master of Science in Nursing, Medical Surgical Nursing, Mark Angel M. Dizon. Master of Science in Pharmacy, Alan Mark A. Lena. Master of Science in Psychology, Monica Q. Caponpon. Francis Jeremy E. Castillo. Doctor of Philosophy, Curriculum and Supervision, Veronica F. Balintona. Dissertation, Development of an Outcome-Based Learning Guide and Portfolio in the Hospital Dietetics Practicum. Next, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics Education, Rolando Jr. B. Maga. Dissertation, Effect of Gamified Mobile Courseware in Statistics and Probability to Senior High School Student Cognitive and Non-Cognitive Abilities. Doctor of Philosophy, Southeast Asian Studies, Wendell Glenn P. Kagape, with highest distinction. Dissertation, Interpreting the Meaning, Rohingya Women Voices on Resilience Amidst Their Statelessness. graduate, school year 2021-2022, Master of Business Administration, non-thesis, Mark Nico R. Castro. Kevin Louis A. Laranang. Doctor of Philosophy in Business Management, Rene N. Shanga. Dissertation, Leadership, Competencies, and Performance of Managers in Selected Universities in Region 2, Basis for Development Plan. Jeffrey A. Gimbao-Libot. Dissertation, Challenges in the Operation of IGPs in Selected SUCs in Visayas, Basis for Medium-Term Development Plan. Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics, Joanna Marie C. Manuel. Master of Science in Social Work, Sheila May Yapoico. Doctor of Philosophy, Southeast Asian Studies, Debbie Jim C. Duran. Dissertation, Code of Conduct in South China Sea, Cultural and Nationalistic Position of Selected Southeast Asian Non-Claimant State. Master of Science in Pharmacy, Sofia A. Abushente. Master of Science in Guidance and Counseling, Michael R. Malo. Doctor of Philosophy, Science Education, Cheryl M. Montalvo. Dissertation, E-Smart, Teaching and Learning Material in Chemistry, Enhancing Spatial Skills and Metacognition through Augmented Reality. For school year 2020-2021, Master of Business Administration, non-thesis, Jocelyn Joyce B. Habola. We shall now call the first graduates of the Master of Business Administration Executive Program. May we request the Chairman of the CEU Board of Directors, Mr. Basilio Sia, who is the progenitor of the program, to award the diplomas, to be assisted by Dr. Emil Yap III, Vice Chair of the Board and President, Manila Bulletin, Dr. Jaime Laya, Chairman, Philtrust Bank, and Attorney Joelina, President and Director, The Manila Hotel. For Master of Business Administration Executive Program, Ryan A. Abok. Rosabel M. Alabastro. Anthony M. Altejos. Altriz S. Ang. Jaime C. Arago. Cheryl Christy A. Chua. Melody B. Kua. Francis Mark P. D. Rich May S. Lorenzo. Ronald V. Mendoza. Patricia Bianca M. Nietes. Blanca G. Oliver. Eileen C. Patron. Laika Ann D. Sagun. Sheila G. Sarmiento. Jennifer C. Sin. Jeffrey C. Soriano. Wari James A. Tayaban. Giselle Saida E. Trasmonte. Joseph P. Bolfango, highest academic distinction. Shirley S. Wong. Esther Joy C. Yap. Hannah Ruth C. Yap. Postdoctoral Diploma in Quality Management, Ryan Jeffrey P. Corbano. Master of Arts Teaching, Hector U. Lamug. Graduate for school year 2019-2020, Master of Business Administration, non-thesis, Christine Rosten E. Atendido. Mary Grace O. Catamora. Arabelia B. Darilay. Sheila Marie M. Religioso. Master of Business Administration, Financial Analysis, Bessie Jan N. De Felix. Master of Business Administration, Total Quality Management, Bianca Ariel B. Lina. Doctor of Philosophy in Business Management, Moraya P. Kaklini. Dissertation, Comparative Analysis of Financial Reporting of Selected Small and Medium Enterprises in Baguio City, Basis for Financial Plan Modeling. Mary Rose R. Palma. Dissertation, Dynamism in the Beauty, Health, and Wellness in the Multi-Level Marketing Companies, Framework for an Effective Reward System. John C. Tiope. Dissertation, Growth Indicators of Selected Small and Medium Service Enterprises in San Juan City, a Proposed Business Model. Hanilet D. Villanueva, dissertation, presence and extent of corporate social responsibility elements of selective technical vocational education and training centers, basis for proposed action plan. Master of Science in Dentistry, field of specialization, orthodontics, or Akatul Janat. Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics, Darwin O. D. Bargo. Camille P. Monderin. Master of Arts, Music Education, Karen Joy O. Flores. Rebecca C. Vargas. Master of Science in Social Work, Sherwin Lozano. Master in Social Work with specialization in Social Work Practice in Healthcare, Eva M. Bata. Cheryl S. Lopez. Cherish May M. Plesurda. Doctor of Philosophy, Curriculum and Supervision, Maria Concepcion V. Rimiendo. Dissertation, Assessment of the Learner's Competencies in Patterns and Algebra for Grades 4 and 6. Florisa B. Simeon. Dissertation, The Elaboration of Content Knowledge and Pedagogy of Araling Panlipunan Teachers. Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Management, Francis Michael P. Yambao. Dissertation, Leadership Styles and Multiple Intelligences as Predictors of Performance of Instructional Leaders of Selected Aeronautical School, basis for Proposed Executive Development Program. Doctor of Philosophy, Southeast Asian Studies, Mary Grace H. Lacerna. Dissertation, Service Quality Assessment of Selected Heritage Sites in Cambodia, Indonesia, and the Philippines by tourists towards the development of Service Delivery Improvement Plan. Maria Pilipina C. Localiano. Dissertation, Factors Affecting Women's Participation in Political Leadership in Selected Countries in Southeast Asia. Ryan P. Reyes, with highest distinction, dissertation, Iberian influence on socio-cultural development of the Philippines, Timor-Leste, and the Strait of Malacca, tracing the colonial past. Master of Science in Pharmacy, Marijen Y. Soto. Master of Science in Health Science Education, Dental Education, John Cedric M. Baltasar. Peter P. Flores. Master of Science in Psychology, Alvin Joseph D. Mapoy. Doctor of Philosophy, Guidance and Counseling, Imelda A. Coloma. Dissertation, Mental Health and Resilience of Children of Incarcerated Parents with Low Quality of Life, Basis for a Remediation Program. Maya N. Realista. Dissertation, Out and Proud, a qualitative exploration on the coming out journey of self-identified gays. Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics Education, Donata D. Acula. dissertation, enhanced hidden Markov model, its application in stock price prediction. Doctor of Philosophy, Science Education, Annie Rose A. Bayan. Dissertation, game-based learning model, helping students learn physics. Here are the graduates from the Graduate School, Makati. Second semester, school year 2021-2022. Master of Business Administration, Financial Analysis, Stephen Dave Mercibal P. Cañonero. Henrietta A. Cardines. Mary Ann C. Castro. Master of Business Administration, non-thesis, Luchka Jendi T. Manalo. Master of Business Administration, thesis, Michelle C. Calao. Samantha B. Tan. MBA, Master of Business Administration, non-thesis program, Christine E. Sapo. Maricar A. Bundalian. Here are the graduates from the Graduate School, Malolo, second semester 2021-2022. Master of Business Administration, Total Quality Management, Cecil D. Santos. Lara Rose P. Simbulan. Master of Business Administration, non-thesis, Jerome Gabriel C. Faustino. Presi Ann Sandel. Graduate for school year 2020-2021, Master of Business Administration thesis, Paul Justin P. Coronel. Jeremiah Paul R. Garcia. Graduates from school year 2019-2020, Master of Business Administration thesis, Rosel May F. Manyo. Jerome C. Velasco. Let us all give a warm round of applause to the graduate from the Graduate School and the School of Medicine.
Presentation of the Special Awards and Graduates with Honors. The special awardees and graduates with honors will be presented and awarded by Dr. Teresa R. Perez, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, to be assisted by Ms. Maria Rolina S. Sarvetillo, Vice President for Accounting and Administration, and with the deans. The Latin honor will be awarded by the University President, Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina, to be assisted by SVP Teresa R. Perez and the Dean.
Mr. Chairman, Madam President, I have the honor to present the graduates with honors and recipients of special awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the special awardees and the graduates with honors. Ian Gabriel T. Corpus, Master of Arts in Music Education with recital. Excellence in creative work. He will also receive the award for the CU Alumni Foundation Incorporated Gold Medal for Meritorious Scholastic Performance. Wendell Glenn P. Cagape, Doctor of Philosophy, Southeast Asian Studies. Highest academic distinction. He will also receive the award, the CU Alumni Foundation Incorporated Gold Medal for Outstanding Academic Performance. Wesley E. Deliozon, Doctor of Medicine, cum laude. He will also receive the award, the CU Alumni Foundation Incorporated Gold Medal for Outstanding Academic Performance. Congratulations, awardees. The address of thanks will be delivered by Carl Wesley E. Deliozon, Doctor of Medicine, cum laude.
Good evening to all of you. I am grateful to be given this opportunity on behalf of the graduating class of 2022 to thank everyone who has been a part of our journey throughout our stay at Centro Escolar University. To the University President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina. To the Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. Basilio C. Yap. Members of the Administrative Council, Thank you for opening your doors to us by opening the School of Medicine. You gave the opportunity to dreamers like us. To our honorable commencement speaker, Mr. Christopher John Alandi DTU, thank you for inspiring us and for sharing valuable wisdom to help us move on to the next chapter of our lives. We didn't finish this race easily. Before med school, a minimum of 14 years in basic education and college. Endless studying, failures, self-doubts, stress eating, missed family events, missed reunions. We would not have survived without everyone's help. To all the faculty and staff, our mentors, in the School of Medicine, headed by our Dean, Dr. Christine Tino, Associate Dean, Dr. Josephine Carnate, and Dr. Erna Villabut, Dean of the Graduate School, thank you for your patience, for guiding us in every step of the way, and for listening to our concerns. Personally, when other people would ask me why CEU, I always answered back, kasi ang babait ng mga tao dun nung nag-inquire ako. To our professors, thank you for challenging us by giving us hard and difficult exams, for teaching us in your own different ways. Thank you for pushing us to study, for understanding us if we couldn't answer your questions. Thank you for not shaming us when we look dumb and clueless at times. Thank you for forcing us to come early in class because you have a pre-test at the start of the class with the doors closed for latecomers. Thank you for correcting us every time we made a mistake during OSCE or return demonstrations. We might have seen this in a negative way at first, but now we profoundly understood. Failure in med school is inevitable. We failed exams, quizzes, and OSCE too. There were tons of questions from our professors and residents in the hospital that we were unable to answer because our brain had limits, tending to forget things. Sometimes, we had the desire to still study late at night, but our brain couldn't absorb the information anymore. In short, medical school was hard. We needed a support system. Thank you, classmates, the stellar blockmates and friends. Thank you for being each other's support person. When we failed the quiz, we felt sad, right? But when we look at one another and finding out that we had the same results, we felt better in a good sense. The pain was shared. The burden was shared, and that lightened the load. Thank you for the post-shifting sessions that eased the pressure and enabled us to celebrate small victories. Despite all the failures, I believe we have a lot of things to be grateful for. Little by little we advanced. That was why we are all here now. Being on remote learning for the past 2 years, we are often referred to as Google Docs or Zoom babies. True, cognitive learning or tasks can be learned online, but patient care is not. In-person engagement is essential for us to learn how to communicate with patients and apply what we learn to real-life situations. And for that, thank you to CEU and in particular to Amang Rodriguez Memorial Medical Center for giving us the opportunity to learn from their patients. Yes, as one resident told us, these patients taught us too, and for that, our gratitude. Thank you for giving us the experience to work with all of you and to all the other professionals who help us develop our self-confidence as future physicians. Most importantly, we want to thank our parents and loved ones. Dearest parents, this is for you. Thank you for your sacrifices and an unending support. Yes, you had your own way of showing your love and support. Just one text of Ma, Pa, wala na akong pera. And you would immediately send an allowance. Thank you for the financial support, which is undoubtedly very important to us. Dear parents, you are our home. Thanks for the emotional support. Thank you for making yourselves always available, listening to our worries and problems. Thank you too for cooking good food, feeding us every time we come home on weekends, and provide us with pabaon every time we go back to our dorms. Might be that you knew too well our daily diet consisting of fast food, instant noodles, or 7-Eleven giniling. Dear parents, you are our prayer warriors too, who pray for our safety and success every single day. In whatever way you supported us, to all of you, this is our way of saying thank you. Our graduation is the fruit of all your sacrifices. Some of you might not be able to see us today, or others gone sooner unexpectedly. But wherever you are, you would always remain our inspiration. Lastly, on a very personal level, I want to thank the Lord as much as you wanted for the overflowing blessings. I believe you designed things for me to get and keep the scholarships that helped me get through. Now we are all here with our own stories to tell. Thank you, Lord. To Class 2022, we have climbed one step closer to our dream. But we all know as well that there is still a long way ahead of us. This commencement exercise is just the beginning. In just 5 days, we will start our internship, then the board exam. I'm sure all of us are excited to see our names on the list of passers of next year's physician licensure examination. Whatever path we want to take, I hope we become good doctors, not only intelligent, but humble, compassionate, and willing to serve others. To our fellow graduates from the graduate school, your example of furthering your knowledge, firming up your grasp of your specialization, serve us right to be motivated and to be inspired. Let us make this journey a fruitful one by giving our best. This is the true service we can give back to those who molded and nurtured us. Congratulations, thank you, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dilioson. The Pledge of Loyalty to the Alma Mater will be led by Ian Gabriel T. Corpus, Master of Arts in Music Education with Recital, Excellence in Creative Work awardee. Graduates, please rise. The alumni from the audience are invited to join in the Pledge of Loyalty.
Dear graduates, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. We, graduates of the Centro Escolar University, solemnly promise before God to be loyal to our alma mater in all our words, thoughts, and deeds. We shall always bear in mind that nothing that we do should ever cast unfavorable reflection on the good name of the institution. We further promise that in our public and private lives, we shall observe the highest standards of morality and decency, so that our conduct, besides being a credit to our beloved Centro Escolar University, will give honor and glory to our beloved country. So help me God.
Graduates, please remain standing. The acceptance of the Pledge of Loyalty by the President, Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina.
Dear graduates, in behalf of the Board of Directors, the Administrative Council, the University of Council, the Council of Deans, the faculty and alumni of Centro Escolar University, I accept your pledge of loyalty to the Centro Escolar University, now your alma mater. With your parents, relatives, and friends as witnesses, I bind you to your promise that you will endeavor to be a credit to Centro Escolar University in your private and professional lives. I charge you to use your education to participate actively in the pursuit of national goals for progress and prosperity, to contribute to the eradication of ignorance and immorality, and the mitigation of crime and poverty in our country and the world. I admonish you as you strive to find your respective places in society to always give prominence to the philosophy of Centro Escolar University, Ciencia y Virtud. In the immediate and distant future, do find time to return to your alma mater to renew fraternal ties. The blessings of God be yours to enjoy and to share. Congratulations once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Centro Escolar University hymn.
Mabuhay ka, mahal namin pamantasan, papuri sa dakilang Centro Escolar. Ika'y dambana ng pag-ibig sa bayan, at tagham ng sadyang matagumpay. Nag-iwan ang iyong mga himig, magunat sa puso't dibdib, sabay-sabay na ipagsisigawan. Mabuhay ka, dakilang Centro Escolar. Mabuhay ka, mahal namin pamantasan, papuri sa dakilang Centro Escolar. Ika'y dambana ng pag-ibig sa bayan, at tagham ng sadyang matagumpay. Centro Escolar, Centro Escolar.
Recessional. The audience is requested to remain seated until the callers, the university maze, the university president, the commencement speaker, the other administration officers, the board of directors, and the faculty members have left the stage and the graduates have left the hall. The recessional from the stage will proceed in the order, which is in reverse of the processional.
Ay, ba't kasama? Kasama.
Exit of the colors.